I just waved to the camera because I just finished rewatching the video so I could learn the questions. Hi there, my name's Sam Rubenstein. I have COVID. This is After Campfire. It's 2023. Who gets COVID? I get I get COVID. I'm doing a lot better. I got COVID last week, and I've been kind of just slowly recovering since. First, like 3 or 4 days were bad. Next 2 days were mediocre. Today I'm actually feeling relatively normal. I'm still a bit stuffy, so a bit of chest congestion, but like I feel like a human again. So I'm gonna move my camera so that I can like look at the screen because I don't love that it's like slightly off. I keep wanting to look at it. So hi, I'm here. I'm working from home because I have COVID. Um, didn't realize how long it's been since we went after Campfire. So much has been happening. So much. I took on extra work at work, and so that kind of took on a whole life of its own. Sydney and I are in the midst of wedding planning, uh, and our engagement. We have a bunch of things that we're working on. I know Henry and I we spoke like briefly about life and stuff. Um, and you got to go to the reunion, which looked like a lot of fun. I saw John Simon recently, and we talked about it, and it was just really cool. Uh, but but now I'm here at home with COVID, and I got stuff to talk about. So I guess the first thing to say is hi. How are you? How's life? I'm okay. Um, some updates. I'm taking a hiatus from doing any poetry performances. It's not it, around July. It stopped being fun. I stopped enjoying it. It felt like we were all doing the same shows and the same places and the same people over and over and over again. And it felt like we weren't experimenting or trying anything new with the art form. And it bothered me so much. I couldn't quite figure out what the problem was. And then I realized it was the art form, it was the confines that we'd put ourselves in. And so I've been just since then feeling so much better with my connection to poetry and writing. I've been writing weird jokes. I've been writing nonstop weird little art pieces. I did a poem that is a forget me not where you pull the petals off to show like the symbolisms of the poem. I have a choose your own adventure poem. I have a poem that you fold into a paper plane and throw. I'm currently working on an origami fortune teller poem. I started a poetry collective project today where we're sending poetry prompt starters to people and they're just continuing them and sending them to more people till we get like large poems that I want to start doing stuff with. And it felt so freeing to not have to say I'm gonna go to a show and I'm gonna read 15 poems and I'm gonna talk about this. I wouldn't read 15. I'd read like 15 minutes. And no one's gonna talk about anything else, and we're just gonna keep doing this over and over again, and it's gonna be the same people doing the same poems. And it was very frustrating because it felt like I was constantly trying to do new things, and the art form and the community itself that we had was pushing back, going, "No, we like these poems, do these poems," and so it got very much stale, and I didn't really enjoy it. I put out a whole post on it on Facebook and Instagram. Um, but yeah, so that happened. And so now I'm feeling a lot better, which is good. Cindy and I are house hunting. Houses are so expensive. I hate it. I hate it so much. Why is a house so expensive? Henry, you have a house. Fight me. Give me your home. I want it. I want a house. We figured out on where we're going to live. I'm not going to put it up on the internet because that feels weird. But we figured out like the town we want to live in and neighborhoods. And now we're just looking at things, and I'm really excited about it because it's just cooler that way, you know. Um, but I asked Henry what his favorite time to visit the East Coast is, and he said winter. And I agree. I love the winter. I'm literally in a hockey jersey right now. I love the cold. I love the snow. I'm mad that we didn't have a good winter last year. The year before that, I want snow and I want ice and I want frozen, beautiful winter wonderlands. And I want people who don't know how to drive in the snow getting into car accidents so that I can hear about it later. It's just I love the cold so much. I was born in a blizzard. I deserve nice things. Um, so yeah, that's my answer to my own question. Henry asked me what would I want for a cool in-home birthday, and the answer to that question, because he was talking about like food, and I don't really care too much about food. Like I like all food. Like I'll do whatever for food. I'd love like a mac and cheese bar, like a build your own mac and cheese bar, or like a mac and cheese dinner party. But this year for my 30th birthday, uh, I'm trying to have a karaoke party where we do karaoke. So the answer to your question is karaoke. That's really it. I answer that very quickly. I just want a karaoke party, so I'm throwing myself a karaoke party. I want to do silly things with friends. I think that's the answer to all of these questions. I want to do silly things with friends and have a silly life and just enjoy myself. And I'm feeling a lot better about that now. I don't know if that answers the question, but yeah. Henry, moving on, I'm going to ask you a question because that's what we do here is um, when we're talking about, house hunting and these kinds of things and what's important to me and what's important to Sydney, what is something small that you didn't realize you couldn't live without until you didn't have it? Or what was something that you didn't know you needed until you had it? When it comes to like life and homes and like cars and everything, like what's something like, oh yeah, I didn't think this was important, and now that I have it, it's amazing, and I could never go back to life beforehand. Or I had this and then I didn't have it, and I knew that life was terrible. Like, tell me about it. I want to know. All right, that's it. That's all I got. Bye bye.